right, I'm in the kitchen with Chef Jay Wilkinson, who is a local and sustainable food advocate teacher. She also was previously the executive chef of Farm and Table in the North Valley and executive sous chef of Los Poblanos, but here today as the chef for La Montanita Co-op. A lot of intro, but well deserving.
That's a mouthful.
Jay, tell us a little bit about what we're making today.
We are doing two dishes, a dish and a sauce. We're making a sunchoke gratin and with a sorrel pesto sauce. I don't know what you call it.
Okay.
Basically, they both accidentally ended up being vegan and healthy too because
that's all right.
I wanted to take the feature ingredients, the sunchokes, these are the sunchokes, and the sorrel, and just use things I had around the pantry for absolutely as little cost as possible, but have these beautiful fresh ingredients featured, and it ended up to be this amazing healthy dish.
And what else do we have in here?
Okay, so these are the sunchokes and the sorrel, and then the sorrel sauce includes pecans and garlic and a little bit of olive oil, and I just use a little bit of stock, lemon, and breadcrumbs in the gratin. Gratin's like a casserole.
Okay, and then some salt that
Salt's
we have
just,
here. Nice.
Salt goes in everything in my dishes. Sorry.
I'm with you there. Jay, we're excited to get cooking with that a little bit later. But before we will get cooking when we return, but right, and a lot of sunshine out there now. Temperature later today about 70 degrees, but enjoy it this afternoon. We're tumbling with the temperatures starting tomorrow.
Tumbling with the temperatures.
Yes,
We kind of had a shock last night.
It's going to be cool heading into tomorrow.
That's right. All right, guys, we are here with Chef Jay Wilkinson here from La Montanita Co-op. And Jay, I got to tell you, we got a surprise coming up here in a little bit, but you're here to educate us today about really being able to shop well when we hit the co-op, which I think is great because some of the fruits
budget.
and on a budget. That's exactly. We were talking about it in our Viewer Top Talker today. So first of all, let's talk about what you got in your hands here. What is this guy?
This is, we're gonna make a we're gonna make a sunchoke gratin. It looks like ginger or other root vegetables. It's it's a tuber. You can go plant this if you want. It grows a beautiful, beautiful sunflower-looking plant.
Okay.
So this grows underground, but they're they're kind of intimidating and knobbly looking. Like, what do I do with this? But basically, they're so easy to use. The whole part, everything is edible. And you can peel them if you want, but it takes a long time and you lose a lot of your nutrients. So all I do is scrub them. And the best way to do it, here's the one little secret, one thing you need to know is these little nubby parts, you have to break those off because the little armpits in there, that's where it gets the dirt. But if you just break those off and wash them, rub them with
So that
iron.
it's just more like one piece. So like this guy.
Yeah, and you can use this piece, it's all usable, but as long as you break off, but all these are fine, everything's edible. If you want to go and trim off the little hairy roots, you can. Or if there's any dark discoloration, you can trim that off, but it's all edible.
So preparing it to eat, if it were up to me, here's what I'd be like, okay, there you go. That's not what we do here. So Jay, how do we prepare this?
The sunchoke is an amazingly versatile vegetable. I love them raw because they're called sunchokes because their flavor is reminiscent of artichokes. So they're excellent with like creamy sauces and dressings or into salads shaved raw. I like to dip, like if I have 2 small pieces or like my nubbins from the leftover from cutting, I just dip those in house-made aioli and eat them raw.
Wow. Okay.
Boil them and puree them and turn them to lovely, lovely silky soup. It's an amazing,
It's really
gorgeous
versatile.
soup.
Okay. But we're using this today, is that right?
Yep, to make a gratin.
Okay. So how do we do it?
It's like, it's like potatoes au gratin, basically, but we're gonna do it with this beautiful vegetable.
Okay.
So you can use a knife, of course, slice them thinly, but if you have a mandolin and you feel comfortable using it, this is a much faster way to do it for any gratin, whether you're doing carrots, potatoes, whatever. So you just wanna safely, controlled, and you wanna move quickly, because that's how you get a nice clean cut.
Okay.
And you can adjust it on the bottom, but do you wanna try a couple of those?
Comes out like little chips then.
Watch your fingers. Yeah, it comes out nice and thin.
Oh yeah, I see definitely the speed.
Where can we find these?
The mandolins?
The
sunchokes. Sorry, the sunchokes. They have tons of them at La Montanita Co-op.
Perfect.
They're from Vita Verde Farm, which is one of my favorite farms up in the. They're all my favorite farms, but up in the North Valley. My friend Seth runs it. He has beautiful stuff.
I'm scared. I don't want to get
Also,
closer.
See, that's another thing. It's like only go to your comfort level, but when you get to the nubbin, set that aside. Just eat it.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay, so what's the next step in preparing this? We've got that cut down.
So 1 pound, we'll do a small gratin like this. 2 pounds, we'll do nice family-sized one.
Okay.
I'd call this a 4-serving one for 1 pound. You slice them all up, toss them with some breadcrumbs, thyme, and a little bit of lemon juice.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Yep, so about a half cup for this size. You'll toss that all together, right?
Okay.
In an olive oil line thing. You'll put a little bit, about 1 cup of turkey stock or veggie stock.
Turkey stock or veggie stock, okay.
Or chicken stock, any poultry stock or whatever.
Kimberly, is that just a flavor? Which you flavor it to taste. If you want to use turkey stock, is one better?
No, anyone you want. See, all these dishes are vegan as long as you don't use the chicken stock. You
Whatever
can
you
use
got in
veg
the
stock.
pantry.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
It's whatever.
Okay.
You can even get away with beef stock. It'll just change the color a little bit. It'll be fine.
So then what? Where do we go from here?
All right, then you just toss this in the oven. Once you put that in there for about 45 minutes, and then you take that same breadcrumb that you had, you take half of it reserved, and you mix some olive oil into it and put the crust, and you put it in the oven for about another 30, 45 minutes. And you get a beautiful silky gratin.
Something like this. Now, just very quickly, tell us about this really quick, because this was the flavor surprise.
The sauce, yeah.
This is called sorrel. My friend Rick grows this at Soul Harvest Farm. You can find him at the farmer's market and maybe sometime soon at La Montanita Co-op.
Okay.
Sorrel tastes like, here, you have
You
a
got to
taste
try
of
it.
it.
It's amazing.
It tastes like lemon in
Does
a
it?
green.
Yeah.
It's really
so
good.
surprising.
It
The
does
flavor
taste
is
like
so
lemon.
surprising.
It's like citrus, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is coming soon to the co-op, is that right?
Yes, or you can go to the farmer's market on the central side and look for Soul Harvest Farms.
Soul Harvest Farms. Fantastic, guys. We will be right back with more on Tu Casa Style. I'm taking more of this,
It's
Jay.
good.
This is delicious. All right, stay with us, folks.